Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy to see you all. So, I have a couple of questions to ask this morning. Do you like to live alone? Sometimes, okay. Sometimes. Any other? Do you like to live alone? Huh? Yes, okay, good. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, live. No, be alone or live alone. What do you think about that? Sometimes, right? Yeah, it's a long way. So then you are thinking, so if you can live alone, that's great. But if you cannot, what you do? Then you can make some friendship, relationship with people. Uh, I want to ask you, please fill the blank, okay? Love is, fill the blank. According to your wisdom, according to how you feel right now. Love is, huh? Love is love, okay? You are smart. Okay, anything else? Huh? Love is connection. Anything? Love is kindness. Huh? Freedom. Decision? Okay. Generosity. Mm-hmm. Always possible. Okay. Hmm? The answer. Affection. Okay. It's hard. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy to hear other side of that too. Because so now most of people say the only positive side. I thank you for that one. It's hard. Anything else? Other side of love? Can you fill the blank? Okay. Anything? Okay, sharing the life with someone. Okay, lots of judgment. Lack of judgment. Okay. Okay. I heard lots of judgment. Okay. Anything else? Huh? Painful. Okay. Suffering. Okay. Hmm? Unconditional. Okay. So, the recently I'm thinking about this lot because I'm dealing with lots of relationship matters with people. Like a few days ago, one of my long-time students, wife called me, a text message me. And so asking, Bhante, could you please have my husband for a while and keep with you? Because she knows he's very close with me, and even before they marry, and so I know them very well. So I asked her, what's going on? Right now, I don't like him. Right? I cannot handle him, but I don't like him, but I love him, I care about him. Right now, I cannot. And could you please talk to him, and even if you come and stay with you, which is fine with me. So then, I know this man long years. I met him when he was like 18, 19. Now he is almost 36. So then, now I message him. Then he messaged me back, I have a really painful time. Yeah, I love to see you. And I said, please come over. That's okay. So then he came and he slept one night and sleep over. And, so then I start to talk to this person. He's a lovely man, wonderful wife, wonderful child. They have a beautiful life. But still they cannot define themselves what direction they are going. They have their negativities and difficult time. Sometimes it is so painful for them. So that, the relationship and love. So when I'm listening to him, when I'm listening to other people about this connection and live with somebody, live with a person, I think it is a very painful experience. There are some good moments too in the relationship, but most of the people, I don't know, this is my experience with people, most of the time, I don't know, people always telling me the negative side of that, and maybe they don't tell me the positive side. Really, yes, they do, but most of the time I hear the difficult side of the relationship and love, So then I can see they cannot hear, the person cannot hear other side of the person. Does it make sense? So if you really want to keep a good relationship with somebody, if you cannot live alone, first thing, you have to learn how to listen to others' heartbeat, other person's heartbeat. Otherwise, that relationship doesn't work. If you are not listening to other person's heartbeat, what other person think, how other person understand, how other person feelings and emotions, you become who? What is your quality in that position? What you are practicing? Yes, you are so selfish. So only time if you are thinking about yourself, I can see the people bring lots of, the relationship matters to me. The problem is the selfishness. That's why they cannot continue. So I am questioning myself, what is this relationship love is? What people are looking for? I can see most of the time people try to fulfill their needs with selfishness. I know we all are human beings. We cannot live alone. We need somebody's companionship. We need to somebody have around. So, somebody told me, I love to have wife temporary. I love to have husband temporary. If we have that option, we will go for that. I can see what people, they want to have a relationship. The same time, they don't want it. Why? Lots of conflicts in between that selfishness. So my point, how we are going to manage this? Now I'm asking, most of you, maybe you had the affair, you had the relationship, husband or wife, or how you are managing? What is the difficulties? Communicating. Okay? Communicating is a really big thing. Is it easy to communicate sometimes? No. Why, communicating is a good thing. Why it is difficult? Fear. Okay. What else?
Sometimes people lie.
People lie. Okay. Okay. Right. Right, exactly. That's good. It perfectly makes sense. Now, I believe, my realization, my understanding with my own practice, there is no pure love in this world. Among these people, including myself, among all these people, there is no such thing called the pure love. People call the pure love, oh, I have pure love for you. That's lie. So that's lie, believe me. Don't believe it. Right? When we say, I have pure love, I am so honest. There is no such thing. So how about more than say there is a pure love, let's work on it. That's what I am telling people. I don't think I have pure love, but I am working on it.
How do you define pure love?
Pure love, okay, that's the the direction I am going now. Okay, that's why I put that word. So why we don't have pure love? we all are conditioned. We all are conditioned with what? Our condition based on our ego. Okay? Based on our ego, or another word, you can use a simple word, selfishness. Being selfish, having an ego, we all are conditioned. So, in the realm of that condition, very difficult to define pure love. Why? Always we are thinking about ourselves, thinking about my feeling, thinking about my emotion, thinking about how I feel. That's what most of the time people complaining about. This is how I feel right now. When I talked to that man, he was complaining about the parents, complaining about the wife, complaining about everything, complaining about the Trump, and so, so everything is complaint. So then he said something very interesting. I hate my parents. I know my mom loves me, but I hate them. Why I hate them? Because they are not listening to me. Now think about it. So why I hate them? They are not listening to me. Why I hate them? They are not validate me. They are not appreciating me. I know if they are not doing it, that's another issue we have to talk about. And so then he said they invited me to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving and also the Christmas. I don't want to go. Bhante, I don't want to go to Christmas family time with my parents because they are so negative. They are so difficult. I said, I understand. Now I said, now you are difficult too. And so I said, now look, now you are difficult too this moment. 1 o'clock in the morning, I talked to this man. I couldn't sleep even that night. And so then he said, I don't want to go to Christmas party. Okay, I said, I understand. Then said at the Christmas morning, my mother gave gifts. That's another big deal for me. I hate Walmart. Then he said, I hate Walmart. So then he said, if you want to give, mother, if you want to give me a gift, don't buy anything from me from the Walmart. There are another 1,000 stores in the country. You can buy a gift for somewhere else. But intentionally, my mother buy a gift for me from the Walmart, keep in front of me during the Christmas Day morning. Then I feel miserable. I said, my friend, now your mother is over 70. Don't try to change her. How about change yourself where you are thinking? Or, if you don't like that gift, just anyway appreciate, thank you mom giving me a gift. If you don't like that gift, give it to me. That's what I said, right? Give it to me. If you don't like it, give it to somebody. Or if you don't like it, after your Christmas family party, come out, go to the city and find a homeless person, give this gift to the homeless person. That's how wonderful. Otherwise you are making, now you can see what is the problem. Why I call it is condition. Because we are looking for love being in that conditioned state of mind. Because we try to fulfill our expectations. Our expectation. So my point is, this morning, you can find one day pure love. Yes, you can. But we all are in the process. But being in the process, don't say, I have pure love for you. So, the people, then we all, now I will come to Nancy. We are very, long time friends, right? I come to Nancy. Nancy, how wonderful. I have pure love for you. Don't believe it. Why I'm asking, don't believe it. My mind condition. Being in that conditioned mind, I use that words. But if you are listening to my words, your mind also conditioned. You are believing it. After you are believing it, you are in trouble. Don't believe it. I'm telling you, right? And so, practice every single day. Don't make the promises to people. Build that relationship little by little by little by little. This makes sense? So being in this conditioned world with the conditioned matters, very difficult to find that pure things. Why? We are self-centered, ego-driven people. Okay, Bill. So can you come? Bill or somebody volunteer? Yeah. So, this is what, after all these things, these are the things I found. Please read. So these are very, can you read everybody loudly?
Okay.
Where are your glasses, Bill?
These are actually printed very big. So. As long as we are ruled by ego, self-interest, our relationships will be full of problems. If you want to have a healthy relationship, try to understand the other person's heart and mind as well as your own. And if you don't understand your own heart and mind well, begin there. For a loving relationship, listen to the heartbeat of the other person. Love is another word for attachment. When your ego calls the shots, you can't love anyone or anything unconditionally. When your ego is in charge, there's no room for unconditional love. As long as your ego is in control, you can't love unconditionally. Unconditional love is a wonderful ideal, but often is simply that, an ideal. If you decide it's time to end a relationship, do so for the right reasons and do so with compassion. If you are constantly seeking love from others, it's probably a sign that you need to learn how to love yourself first.
Okay. So after having that all night discussion, next day, these are the things I came up, right? So then these things I wrote for my morning coffee wisdom. If you receive them in the morning, you will see them, come in a couple of weeks. Okay. So any questions?
Did you post that together for the morning coffee?
Not yet. Actually, I didn't post it yet.
Okay, so you're going to post it one piece that finish the show.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Jesse?
All right. From all these different sayings, it's almost like you're making the ego sound like it's a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, isn't there such a thing? I mean, we've been talking about this for 15
Mm-hmm.
years. I've
Right.
always thought, I've been in therapy, and therapists have been talking to me saying that, well, you should have a healthy ego.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is a healthy ego?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know, because when we learn the Western psychology, like ego, superego, id, and healthy ego, those are the words commonly we use, right? I study in the school too, those things. So I understand, I understand. So the ego has two different levels. So to live in this world, live in this conventional world, we have to use that word. This makes sense? Live in this conventional world, without using that word, we cannot live. But don't give the power into that word. That's what I'm asking. We need that word to communicate, share things. I can say my cushion. Right? I call it my cushion. But there's no such thing. But to communicate, I have to use that word. So the truth has two different truths. Conventional truth and ultimate truth. So this is conventional truth. We call the Blue Lotus Temple because there are so many other temples. Right? And so that's what we call the conventional. Conventionally, yes, we have to use that word. Otherwise, how we are going to communicate? That's the only purpose. But don't again, now think about it. If you label the ego bad, that's another condition. That's why Buddha used the teaching like a raft. Raft for the cross the river. So we use all the words. It doesn't matter negative or positive. Use as a raft to get help to cross the stream or the river.
When I think of ego, I think of you're trying to protect
Yeah, of course.
It's
There's nothing wrong with that. But my point is, don't harm yourself based on that practice, based on that idea. That's what happened to people. All the problems in this world, the underneath is the ego. Yeah.
Yeah, how much of survival is part of your ego?
100%. 100% is a survival. We need that. But as I said, don't harm yourself using it. Is there any other way to say it? Somebody can define it?
I don't know. Sometimes the way I like to think about it is that the understanding of ego is a two-part thing, where while you're understanding that you have to take care of yourself, and there is a self involved, there's also an other involved, and the other does also need care.
Okay. Anything else? Yeah.
I would add to, sometimes I just think about when it's actually workable. Sometimes it's going to be workable in service of my higher goals to pay attention to my ego, and there's going to be other times where it's workable in the world to release that.
Right.
So it's not a matter of right or wrong.
Wrong, yeah.
But what is
Yes,
workable?
I love that word, workable. Yeah, don't put it, that's why I said don't put into that. If you really want to understand something, don't put into those conditions, right or wrong. Then when you say right or wrong, then you go to extremes. So being in the middle, we have to make the decision.
I would argue that I do know pure love with my 3 children.
Okay.
I'm sitting here thinking, I do know it.
Yeah, I was waiting for that too.
There is zero
Yeah.
there is zero conditions that I have on my children.
Right.
Are there moments of conflict? Yeah. But there's nothing about my interaction with my
Right.
children that's
So,
ego-driven or conditioned.
yeah, thank you so much. And sharing that. I was thinking the same thing. Then I was thinking about how about mother's love to the child.
Isn't pure love loving a stranger's children as much as you love your own children?
Yeah, if you can.
Isn't that pure love?
Yeah, if you can do that, that's the unconditional love.
I mean, why do we love our children more than a stranger's children?
Because again, it's based on the ego. Based on the ego. But I can say that when we talk about the mother's love, it's a very different, mother really care about love. That's a whole different story. But if you can love your child and others' child, same manner, that's what we call the pure love. The best example for that, the day Prince Siddhartha left. Remember the story, the day Prince Siddhartha left? So the day the child was born, he felt, I want to hug and kiss my baby. As a young father. But he's telling later in his life, in that moment, even I have that desire based on the ego. I had that feeling, go and hold my child and hug and kiss. First and last time in my life, I'm going to leave. Then he felt that desire in the same place and left. Then he decided, why I am leaving my desire? I am leaving for all the children in the world. I am leaving today this palace, all the wives in the world, all the husbands in the world. So that's why later he returned and talked to them. Then, that's what we call the unconditional and pure. So when we come to the mother's love, little bit different levels in the conditioned world. So in the conditioned world love, regular conditioned world is a kind of mess, right? But when we come to the mother's love, little comforting, little better, but it is conditioned. Now think about, your own experience. You love children same, like your children, but when you come to your own child, a little bit different there, right?
I feel like I have moments of pure love in the sense that it's beyond words, it's beyond articulation. relationship.
Right, very good.
But I would still, express that I have experienced that.
Right. I understand too.
Nature, it could be,
Right,
it
exactly.
could be music, it could be a person, it could be, I think it's beyond, for me, it's beyond thinking.
Right,
It's
okay.
beyond, it's that deep knowing beyond knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Because my belief system is that pure love is really underneath everything.
Mm-hmm. It is there.
And I'm a part of it.
Right, exactly.
Beyond deep.
Yeah, I agree. We have it, but being in this distracted world, we lost it. We cannot find, we can find it, it is somewhere deep. So when you are practicing, it will come back. So we all are going to experience it. That's why we are trying so hard every day practicing and doing this, right? So my experience, my own practice, if I have expectations, very difficult to find pure love. Now think about I will go and help somebody. So when I'm helping, if I am thinking, I will have some benefit later, thinking, yeah. So just do name of that person. That person need help, I'm going to do it. That's it, just walk away. Very difficult to do that kind of things. Always we are waiting for just simple word, thank you. Right? Okay, I hope something to consider and something to think during the Christmas time. And one last thing I want to tell you, remind you, Christmas coming soon. So make it like a mindfulness-based, loving, kindness-based Christmas. Because end of the Christmas, people bring lots of negative stories. And so one woman said, Bhante, I don't want Christmas. I asked why. My sister and myself, we are going to fight. So, for her, Christmas is fighting time. She said Christmas is a family time. Not only family time, it's a fighting time, arguing time, whatever whole year we repress inside us, putting it out. And that's our Christmas time. Then I'm reminding you, please use this teaching. However time you practice, many years at the temple, please take this wisdom to your Christmas time. I think coming to the temple, you can make your life like that. Okay? So thank you so much for this morning.